morning. Glad you are here because you are one of the important members of this company's product development department. To your left and right you can find your most esteemed colleagues, and within a few moments you will all start working on the same project. The boss holds every single one of you responsible for their own part and the progress of the group as a whole. Your task will be to make sure you get your part finished the soonest, while adding positive input to the project and trying not to drive the boss bonkers. This happens when the timer goes off. During the project you will run into bad news, which has to be delivered to the boss. Use the tools to deliver bad news in a good way. Each player takes a pawn and places it at the beginning. The game starts when the timer is set for 15 minutes and starts ticking. We will now explain the game for you, and after the presentation we will give you, all of you,
Okay, so we're ready to start up the game. We'll start with 5 pawns and we'll set the timer for 15 minutes and we're off. Start by throwing the dice. We throw 2 and we place the pawn forward 2 steps for a bad news card, which reads: the deadline will not be made, it will be exceeded with 3 weeks, -3. And what you do is you save this card for when you hit a report zone. Then you throw again 5, and this time we'll hit a tool card, and the tool card can help you when delivering bad news. This says your boss is a listener. You brief him or her in person and follow with a memo, 2 steps forward and 1 minute forward. This can help you later on. We now throw 3. Okay, so we take 3 steps forward for a question. Someone else reads you the question. You have to answer true or false. In this case we answer true, but the answer was false, so we take 1 step backwards. And now we fast forward the game a little bit towards a status report.
Status reports. Combining your bad news and tool cards to minimize the damage. It's time to report to the boss at this point. Tools can help you control the results. Here's how it works. A bad news report means the player move X steps backwards and subtract X minutes from the timer. Depending on your tools card you can compensate. In this case you can compensate 3 steps and 4 minutes, totaling -2 steps, and subtract 1 minute from the timer. We will show this. The player goes 2 steps backwards and subtracts 1 minute from the timer. This means the boss is getting angrier and fed up.
So we now fast forward a little bit, but the timer goes off, meaning your boss is going completely bonkers and is mad at you. In this rule everybody has to move 3 places backwards, and we reset the timer again for 15 minutes so we can continue playing. Okay, so we now hit a reporting zone with the number 1 next to it. We can now subtract from our bad news cards. We have -3 for the customers that complain. We have the deadline that won't be made, also -1. And then also you spilled a complete medium-sized cup of Cafe Americano of all of your important papers. And it all comes down to -6 in bad news. But the fact that you were in a report zone is in your favor, and you add another 1. And the tool card means you can add another step. And you subtract 3 minutes less from the timer. In the end this all boils down to 4 steps back and 2 minutes back from in the timer. We now fast forward towards the point where someone is going to win, and we hit the success mark. Time for the last status report.
So, you are in the end of our game. It's now time for your last status report. If you can do this successfully, which means that you don't piss off the boss, you have won the game. Congratulations. We hope you enjoy playing the game and learn something from it, and we will now finish our presentation. Goodbye and have a good day.
Je bent wat een pit op je man.
Goed.